Queen Seongdae of Silla was the 27th monarch of the Silla dynasty. She ordered an astronomical observatory Cheomseongdae to be built near the palace, expecting its astronomical observation would help her people greatly with their farming. Astronomers hewed 362 stones in the shape of a folding fan and stacked the 27 tiers with such beautiful curves. They made a window in the middle of the observatory. They probably climbed a ladder up to that window outside and went inside through the window. The lower part of the window was filled with stones, so they could put up a ladder. They emptied the upper part to the top, so that they might climb a ladder to the top inside. Though it may look like a loose pile of stones, it has never been affected by any earthquake for 1,400 years. There was probably a square room on the top. Half of it was stone-floored, and the other half was empty for the convenience of climbing up and down. Probably the half might have been covered with wooden boards. It seems that with its construction, they set the study of astronomy in Silla on track. According to Samguksaki, after Cheomseongdae was built, the astronomical observation records increased 4 times more. Throughout the Three Kingdoms period, Goguryeo and Baekje left 21 and 24 records of the astronomical observations respectively, while Silla left 100 records. Of these, 76 entries were made after the construction of Cheomseongdae. Traditionally, the official called Ilgwan was in charge of astronomical duties in Silla. In March 749, the 8th year of King Gyeongju's reign, King appointed 1 astronomical official and 6 officials relating to a water clock. We don't know precisely where Silla's astronomy originated, but it would be referred to Tang's astronomy. In August 692, the first year of King Hyoso's reign, Venerable Dozung returned from Tang and dedicated a constellation chart to the king. Let's look for the record related to Cheomseongdae in Samguksaki and Samgukyusa. 30 solar eclipses were recorded in Samguksaki for 965 years from 54 BC to AD 911. In May of summer 801, the second year of King Ejang's reign, there was no solar eclipse when one should have happened. What does this mean? It means that an eclipse should have occurred in May, but none happened. Surprisingly, Silla's astronomers at the time knew when an eclipse would occur by calculating. In other words, an eclipse should occur in calculations, but it didn't happen. What's more surprising is that this eclipse happened in China. It means they could predict exactly when it would happen, but it was observed in Tang, currently China. In Sindangso, there is a record that an eclipse occurred one day in May 801. Besides solar eclipse, they could observe and record the irregular journey of 5 planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. They tried to spy on the abnormal operation of these planets because their abnormality might bring disasters such as kings' deaths, war, and rebellion. They prayed for their regular works, wishing for the nations and the royal families safety and peace. In other words, they performed the rite for the sun and the moon in the Munyalim Grove and the sacrificial ritual for the 5 stars south of Yeongmyosa Temple. What kind of records about them can we find in Samguksaki? First, see the record about Jupiter. In June 700, the 9th year of King Hyoso, Jupiter invaded the moon. This means that the moon hid Jupiter. Second, here is a record of Mars. In April of summer 679, the 19th year of King Mummu's reign, Mars protected Aquarius stars. Mars is a star that reveals the sign of monarch's good or ill health. People believed that when this star appeared, the war would occur. When it disappeared, the war would end. The third is Saturn. In December 670, the 10th year of King Mummu's reign, Saturn entered the moon. There was an earthquake in Gyeongju. The record says that the moon covers Saturn. We can find the 17th record that the moon covered the 5 planets in the Silla part. Today's astronomers have calculated their positions to verify ancient observations. 9 times the moon covered the planet astrodynamically. 3 times the planets were very close to the moon, and twice other planets approached the moon. Fourth, Venus is the brightest star. In August of autumn 827, the 2nd year of King Heungdeok's reign, Venus was seen during the day. The records that Venus appeared during the day appear 4 times in the Silla part of the chronicles. It is not easy to see Venus during the day. It is possible only when you roughly know where Venus is during the day and when long-term observation data are accumulated. The 5th is Mercury. In April of summer 790, the 6th year of King Wonsung's reign, Venus and Mercury gathered in Gemini. Thus, during the Silla period, they already tracked the 5 planets and identified their journeys, and probably predicted good or bad luck. The Silla people were interested in some particular stars. One of them is the Pleiades. On October of winter 718, the 17th year of King Seongdeok's reign, as a meteor rushed from the Pleiades to Andromeda, several small stars followed them and a meteor fell to the northeast. That year, Silla created a water clock for the first time. Since scientists might have used it for star observation, they would have made a more scientific study. What kind of stars are the Pleiades? It is a bunch of stars, brightest stars in Taurus, so easy to find them. Adults in Gyeongju province might have taught you some particular stars in the constellations: the Big Dipper, 3 great stars, and the Pleiades. The Big Dipper was apotheosized into a god called Cheomseongdae, which we believe controls our lifespan. The god is usually enshrined in Samguksaki in Buddhist temples. In May of summer 681, the 21st year of King Mummu, a meteor invaded the 3 great stars. 3 great stars refers to the 3 bright stars in the Orion Belt, arranged at the same interval from east to west. There are many records of meteors in Samguksaki, which in ancient times were believed to bring disaster. Silla recorded. There are 32 occurrences. Among them, let's look at the shooting stars that might have been observed in Cheomseongdae. In September 672, the 12th year of King Munmu, meteors appeared 7 times in the north. Food was scarce and people starved. 7 falling stars were an ominous sign, so people starved. In 768, the 4th year of King Haegong, a big star fell to the south of Hwangyongsa Temple, with the earth shaking thud like an earthquake. A considerable meteorite must have fallen because they said the ground shook. There is also a record of a nova. In December 867, the 7th year of King Gyeongmun's reign, a Gyeksung or visiting star invaded Venus. Scholars believe that the star may be a nova. They could already distinguish a nova or a supernova. Thus, Cheomseongdae, the oldest observatory in the East, left the high-quality scientific data of the time. Cheomseongdae was an astronomical institute built 1,400 years ago. It is not only a valuable legacy that we need to preserve lastingly, but also our invaluable treasure we all are proud of.